Hey YouTube. So just a little I guess you could say maintenance video today. Got some pollen obviously for the past month plus. Keeping the panels clean have been a challenge every single day, but you want to make sure that you keep your solar panels perfectly clean, because as soon as you get leaf, bird crap, pollen covering it, it affects your production quite a bit. It hurts more of us off-grid solar people more than the grid tie, because the grid tie, you're just basically gaining your power and hopefully building your credits and saving your money, you know, over months. Us with off-grid, we need our power production perfect and on point every single day. So some people think that, you know, putting solar panels on is a one and done. You got to do some kind of maintenance to them, and usually that maintenance requires just checking your wiring, making sure nothing looks burned, nothing's been eaten through by any wildlife, because squirrels like to eat the wiring. Keep the pollen, keep the bird crap off your panels. I wouldn't recommend hosing them down in the mid to late day, where the sun has been on them all day and they're super hot. Hitting them with cold water, because last thing you want to do is shock them and have them shatter. Right now it's really early morning sun. They're not warm, as you see. They've collected some sun, but they're not smoking. So they're not hot. So I would definitely never recommend cleaning off panels burning hot, but you want to keep those panels clean. The roof panels, obviously a little bit more of a challenge. You know, I'll go up every so often and clean them, but usually I'll just take a hose and just hit the panels, especially the flat ones, and just get the water to run and sheet off. At least that way it gets most of the layer of pollen off of them. So yeah, you definitely want to make a habit of cleaning your panels. I had a funny person on Facebook the other day. I don't know, we got talking about, there was a post from our hopefully soon to be governor, Mastriano, but he put out a post saying how Pennsylvania's getting ready to do a increase on utilities, and hopefully everybody fights that. Of course everybody's like, oh, the bill's already too high, bill's already too high. So I said, well, if everybody would start putting their own solar, off-grid solar on, and that'll knock your utility bill down right there. And I had a lady try to tell me, yeah, but the thing is, you know, you still have to maintenance solar panels, you have to do this, you have to do that. Well, of course you got to maintenance your solar panels, because the utility company maintenances the power plants, don't they? Well, you're making power, so you have to maintenance your own power supply. It's kind of like a duh, no-brainer kind of situation. But this morning, we woke up to shore power was out, which I don't really care, because it only runs, I think, a couple lights and something else. So it doesn't really affect us too much. I didn't even know the power was out. But the thing is, why I heard a couple generators in the valleys running, we didn't, because we were on our solar power. So yeah, it's a big investment to slowly put together, but it's more than worth it when power's out and it really doesn't affect you. You don't have to run extension cords, you don't have to go get your gas cans, you don't have to keep generator maintenance running. You literally are just making energy. So yeah, we all can't, you know, spend tens of thousands of dollars in one shot and build a system. I have this system here with these panels and everything I got downstairs, 24 batteries, 10 or 11 grand tied up in it, and that's been over a year building. So no, I would rather do it and be done and own your own system, rather than going and buying a $40,000 to $80,000 system, adding it to another bill. And yeah, you may eventually see your costs go down as far as your energy, and you may get those tax credits and get that, but unless you have a battery solution, guess what? That grid goes down, your power goes down too. Because just because you have solar panels doesn't mean you have reserve for the nighttime. And if the grid goes down, they shut your system down, because they can't have you backfeeding into the grid. So guess what? You may have panels on your roof, but it ain't doing you any good. This system here, they shut the grid down. Guess what? I still make power. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a little walk around today. We're gonna fill the water tank up. Unfortunately, I didn't get the pump that I needed to run off the back of it, so I'm just gonna put a submersible pump inside the tank, and then I'm gonna set a sprinkler up inside the garden, and we're gonna use that to irrigate it. I'm trying to figure out, I might wrap the tank with like a Mylar blanket so it reflects the sun, so it keeps the tank from getting hot, because I don't want hot water on my plants. and we've been fighting birds eating our tomatoes. So I've had to net all my tomato plants. So I'll do a little walk around, kind of show what's going on, kind of give a little gist, a little bit of everything today, from the solar to the garden to the water tank to the tractors, and that's gonna be it. So nice little short video. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna start walking up to where the water tank is. All right, let's walk on up and check it out. And unfortunately, we got attacked by wildlife before I got a chance to put the fence up around the garden. So the rabbits ate a lot of our plants down to nothing. And the birds kept getting into our tomatoes. So our tomato plants are actually doing pretty good. You can see, I mean, this one here is doing beautiful. But every time I got a nice big red tomato on there, those little, I don't know what they call them, gnatcatcher birds, little blue and gray Pennsylvania birds, would come in there, and every time the damn tomatoes turned perfectly red, they would eat them. I think I tossed one somewhere. Oh, I guess it got the one I tossed already. Yeah, they're very quick on these tomatoes. Yep, I tossed one in the grass that it ate, and apparently got it already. So I had to put, yesterday after I got done cutting the grass, I had to put all this bird netting on to protect them. And I was all happy through the night thinking, finally, tomorrow I should start getting some tomatoes and everything's all good. Well, come to find out, apparently those damn little birds can find their way through the smallest little freaking hole. Instead of flapping their wings, they can get on through the little crevices. So down through here, this was opened up. Sorry, my allergies from the pollen still getting me, so I'm gonna have to do the YouTube sniffles. But those little birds were getting in through the netting. They can get through this wire easy, but they were going through here, and then they were flying inside there like it was basically their own little buffet line. So this morning I lost tomatoes again. So I had to come out here. There's one right now flying over, you punk. Anyway, and I even saved a bird nest yesterday and saved the babies and the mama in a tree that was being cut. I moved the nest and everything's still thriving. I checked them this morning. And then they need to do some bird talk and start telling their other bird friends to stay out of my garden. Anyway, enough of that. So anyway, it's all secured now. The bird netting's up, round bricks holding those down are good. I did a little old remedy to help these tomato plants grow even more. These right here, those right there are those 2-pound tomatoes. Actually, I'm sorry, right there, that one. And then where's it at? Right here, that one right there. That's the pineapple tomato plant. That's the one that gets the 2-pound tomatoes. And that one's actually starting to grow very well. So, I apologize for the snuffles. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to that tomato plant right there. Something about I love my right through here and a couple through here. I have those chocolate pear tomatoes growing. They're starting to finally sprout the little leaves. So I don't want to go weeding any of this yet until I get them to pop through. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to really weed the hills at all, just because I'm worried about if I chop the wrong plant. I do have, so we have our lettuce and everything growing here, so that's good. And I did do a video on my onions, cutting them from the store-bought onions, re-rooting them and putting them in. I do have, let me see if I can get zoomed in here. It's, oh, gotta make sure I'm pointing in the right place. Where's the hill? Right there. That one right there is actually one of the onions starting to sprout. So that's actually growing very well. I do have a couple short ones in there. You're not going to be able to see them, unfortunately, on the camera, but I do got a couple. So I think I may have 3, I think, out of the 6 are actually growing. Through here, I'm not sure. I think the robins actually picked my seeds. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to get a little more time and see what else starts to grow. I know I got a couple things through here growing. I think this is the honeydew cantaloupe hybrid. And then she put in a couple more. And obviously our corn is over here. Pumpkins are over there. I know they're late bloomers, but we are finally getting the corn right there. So the corn's starting to come up, so that's good. And I think there's another one there. Yes. So yeah, we're looking okay as far as all that. So I'm happy. And then You know, this isn't part of my video. I know this is irrelevant, but I'm just super stoked. I have a fascination for weeping willow trees. I love my weeping willow trees. So 2 seasons ago, I went ahead and cut 2 saplings down that were probably about maybe 30 inches tall. And then I put them in the water, re-rooted them. I did 5 or 6 of them in total. This is one of them right here. Last year started growing really nice. This year, I love my weeping willows. Beautiful trees. This one here started probably about here with 1 branch. So this one took very well. I got apple trees, peach trees, and I got another weeping willow there, another weeping willow there. Unfortunately, that apple tree right there didn't do so well. And my hand's in there. The one in the back there didn't do so well. The top portion of it died, but it's growing from the lower portion. So I went ahead and I snipped off some of the branch so that way it can stop pulling from that and trying to keep it alive when it's dead, and then let it grow. That one right there is my peach tree. That one I'm pretty happy about as well. I'm looking forward to getting our peaches. So, like I said, I'm very happy with my weeping willows. It's really cool how tall they are. This one's nice, but the one in the front yard, that one grew really tall. I'll have to take a walk over and show you. All right. We'll go back over here. So right now I'm filling the 250-gallon water tank. So here's that progress. So here's the water tank. As you see, it's filling. I'm going to go ahead and run a submersible pump in the top for right now, just until I get the pump mounted to the front and set it up. I'm thinking I'm going to put the 12-volt battery set it up for solar, and it can run off of that. Another thing, I'm going to go ahead and tuck a mylar blanket inside here under the aluminum to kind of shade the water a little bit, and that way I'm able to reflect some of that heat. And then I'm going to go ahead and run the hose over to the garden, put the sprinkler in the middle, and let that irrigate it. So that turned out pretty nice. I got it sitting slightly downhill. Of course, I got the tires chalked, and that's going to help you know, the water flow to the back when I put that pump in. When I get it full, it might actually do some gravity feed. And I'm curious to try. I got one of the little small hoses, and I'm going to go ahead and crank it up once it's full and see if it actually starts spraying out. So that's it for the water tank for now, until I get the little solar set up on here. And then, of course, the big, beautiful H. I love that H. It's a pretty tractor. I'm looking forward to getting it running. I went ahead and rebuilt the carburetor. That was in another video. There's the carburetor on her. I went ahead and put some Marvel mystery oil on the cylinders, just to help the cylinders while it's sitting. Of course, I got the exhaust covered. And then I'm going to go ahead and, after I get the A done and finally paint it, I'm going to go ahead and do another video. I'm going to come out here and we're going to see what's going on with the mag. See if we can get some spark out of this thing. If not, I'll do a video this time when actually rebuilding the whole mag. Unlike the A, I think I did bits and pieces, but I didn't do the whole thing. So that's it for the H for now. Like I said, it's going to come along. It's going to be just as pretty as the A soon. And then here's that little trailer I was telling you about. $150. Could not beat this at all. Everything's perfect on the trailer. I'm going to put some red paint, clean up the wood on it, build a little bit higher sides for the kids for the hay wagon. Perfect size for the A. The only thing is I got to just free up the front suspension, the front steering, from them letting it sit so long without moving it. It kind of froze the front steering up a little bit. I got it, you know, good enough to get it home, but it needs to be flipped over pretty much and then just rework the steering. No big deal. And then we got the front loader. That thing is a beast. Like I said, one person, it'll drop your nut in your left sock. 2 people, you know, I had my wife kind of give me a hand for the most part, which she could help me with. But I'll tell you one thing, I broke this thing down in 4 pieces and it was still ungodly heavy. It's a heavy piece. There is nothing light about it whatsoever. So that's it for that. So let's walk on in and I'll do a little recap real fast of the A. She runs, she sounds really good. I'm not going to do the fine tuning until I get the gas tank back on there, because I need a little bit more fuel flow, so I know it's not starving itself of fuel. And there's the A in all her glory. Look how good she looks. The other day I went ahead and did the numbers and the letters in silver. And then I went ahead and took a piece of hose, made the clamp a little snugger, put my suicide knob on the steering wheel, shot the seat on temporarily. I still gotta cinch it tight, but suicide knob looks good, makes it a lot easier for the turning. I like it, matches my shifter. That's just one of my things. I did it to the case. I really liked it, so I decided to go ahead and do it to this tractor. It's not too original, but it kind of, I'm going for the tractor vintage hot rod, like street rod era look. So going with that, and then going with the red and white paint job that's going on here, it's all going to tie in really nice. Hydraulics work. I'm getting ready to order the new pins and everything for both of these, so I can replace these and make them look like this side. Hydraulics work, brakes work. I went ahead and tried the clutch. Everything works and move. Excuse me. It moves. Everything's good. So far the carburetor's working okay now. Got the hose on. Figured out the issue with the little bit of water that was leaking out of the radiator. That ended up just being the overflow tube that comes out, and down along the side it had a little crack in it midway, so it was making the water run in, which is good. I was really hoping that the radiator didn't have a leak in it after I just had it fixed, because this was all done in JB Weld at one point when I got it. So I went ahead and had a radiator shop go ahead and break the neck loose and resolder all this back on, because I didn't want obviously JB Weld on there. Looks good with the radiator on there. I like the chrome bolts, like it up for the grill. I just want to get something to stand out a little bit. I didn't go with a lot of chrome bolts on here. I just went for a few for accent. So I went for the chrome ones here, and I went for the chrome ones down here in the front of that pan. Kind of looks nice. And then I went for the chrome one side of the throttle. So pretty cool. I like it. So everything's looking good. I did a video. I'm going to end up, actually I did a video, I didn't put it on yet, showing these grommets. I told you the sizes that I used, how I drilled these out. So I'll go ahead and do a video on that. But as you see, it doesn't rattle on the metal. When you start it, it won't scratch it up. I did the same thing for the choke side. Got it timed, so that works out good now. Had a little bit of oil leak. That's only because of the fact that I didn't have the nut tight. I'm going to start putting decals on it next. New fan. I went ahead with the sealed bearing fan instead of the old school with the oiler and everything on it. I went a little bit more of something that was done. Oh, that's right. I did put a chrome bolt on the front of the grill too. Let's see. I think that's about it for right now. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the other fuel tank on. I got the white painted on it now. I did a video showing that. And I'm getting ready to lay down the red this week, get the two-tone on it done so I can get that on. I can get the fenders on. This is what, the fenders, the gas tank, and then the wire looms that go in here. I actually had it painted, so I can finally put those on. Start getting the wiring pulled tight where it's supposed to be, finally get it cinched up. And then after that, I should be able to go ahead and let this thing drive on out here with its own power, see how it runs, pull it back in. I'm picking up a new hood for it, and then I got to do a lot of body work. I'll do the video on the grill, because this tractor was used basically for a battering ram through the years with the grill, and it was in really, really poor shape. I got most of the dents banged out. I got most of the fins straightened out on it, but I still got to weld the front where somebody hit something so hard with this. It actually had the nut straight up, bolt, sorry. Had it straight up, so I had to end up getting another one because I couldn't get the contour exactly right to line back up to the grill. And it tore a hole out of the front of the grill where the original bolt was going through. Nut, bolt, you know what I mean. So anyway, so I got to do some work on the grill. It's going to come out fine. I'm going to get it nice and straight. But the hood, unfortunately, that was so bad where it was obviously clipped on the other side. And then when somebody was working on it, they just went ahead and unclipped one side, raised it up, bent it really bad. So I went ahead and just ordered another one. I may try to straighten it out and have fun with it, but I decided not to use it because everything on this tractor came out so nice. I just didn't want to have the hood being all creased and dented up. It's bad enough I got the little mark in the air cleaner tube. I'm going to end up eventually just trying to find another one and replace it because it's got that. It's got the little dent right here. It's no big deal. It just bothers me because everything came out so nice on here. So that is about it for today. So if you guys want to see anything else as far as like anything else with the tractor, if there's something particular you want me to see me do, if there's something particular on the H you want to see me do, if there's something else you want to learn on the solar, shoot me a message. Let me know. I'd be happy to you know, kind of help out, help explain, or if anybody's got any tips or advice on anything as far as the gardening, anything, I'm always open to it. So again, please hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, share. It's always much appreciated. Other than that, I hope you all have an excellent Memorial Day. Hope you guys eat a lot, stay safe. Hopefully there's no blackouts, shortages. The gas prices are ridiculous, but hopefully everybody gets to where they want to go and gets there safely. So other than that, you guys have a great holiday weekend, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching.